Lucy joins me once again with Scott and Mark, Miss Geico, a brand new boat for them. We'll talk about that shortly, but let's turn back the calendar pages and take you way back in time, and let's where it all began for Mr. Caveman. How'd you get started?
Well, when I was a little dude, about 10 years old, I lived in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, actually Brick right next door, and the Benihana used to come to town. Actually, the Hennessy before that, and my dad was a dock master of the pit area marina, and fell in love with it. From then, my dad, my uncles would get their pleasure boat, make it into a race boat for that weekend, and ever since that time, it's all I ever wanted to do.
Now, the first time I saw you, you were racing as big a man as you are, racing a little 24-foot Pantera. How'd that work out?
Got me to a 50-foot boat, but yeah, I raced that for 7 years, and actually that boat is racing tomorrow as the Kamikaze racing. So that boat is back out the race course, and started that in 2000. Financed for 20 years. I still owe 7 on it, but it got me out of the course.
And how about you, Guy?
Well, I'll tell you what, my first time on the water, I think, was out in Maryland, just outside of D.C., out of Art Lilly's shop. We used to go out with some friends and run 30 velocity, and that kind of was wetting the whistle there. And ironically, my real start really became here in Clearwater, St. Pete, run inspectors with my friends out on the bay and down in Sarasota and up here in Clearwater with my friend Rick and Dan Lawrence and everybody else. We had a great time, and that kind of led one thing to the next, and next thing you know, we run into a guy named Hagen, and he's got big dreams, and there's Platinums, there's MTIs, there's Mystics, and right now we're in a 44 Victory, and it's got piston power, and we're real excited about working our way to the top again.
Everybody's always excited when you guys are around. You spoke of this area. No one knows this area more than Lucy Nicandri, who is the Sarasota Race Festival Director. I know you have a question for these guys as well.
Oh, absolutely. Anybody that's been around racing knows the great show that Geico puts on, and Scott and Mark have been great every race site that they go to. But the one thing that I really noticed about you guys, you're truly in it for the sport. You love the sport. You've seen people come and go. And that's rare, and I compliment you on it. I think it's awesome.
Well, I appreciate that, and you know, if it all went away tomorrow, I still got my Pantera. I'll be back in P5 racing.
Mark, you mentioned this boat that you just bought. Now, it's not a brand new boat, but it's brand new for you guys, and you've had the turbine power, which we had a problem down in your race, but we won't bring that up. But now you've got this boat with Merc 1050s in it. What's your opinion of this boat?
Listen, we're definitely down on power from what we're used to, but you know, there's a competitive spirit between Scott and I, and that is very, very deep. So to us, it's almost like there's this challenge again, this challenge to climb our way back to being able to compete against guys that have run in the Superboat Unlimited class for years and years. We're down on horsepower. So now we got to rely on our racing skills and our racing brains, the way that we were able to kind of build that Miss Geico up to being such a formidable boat to run against. Whether it was running by itself or whether it was running with other turbine boats, that boat had to be #1. And now the target's off our back. We just got to do what comes naturally to us.
You summed it up very, very well earlier. You said, Stan, we went from having the most powerful boat in the class to the least powerful boat in the class, so that kind of plays off what he said. You're down on power, but you said that you've got a brand new engine program. I'm not sure if that's a secret or not, but do you want to elaborate on the more horsepower that's coming down the pike?
Well, we're bringing on Harold Grady, who many people in the offshore circles know him. He started out building engines for the long shot back in the day, and then did all of Victory motors for a while, and then did all of Al Copeland's Popeyes motors. So he got into NASCAR up in North Carolina.
Everything that you've heard right now. Stop. The camera's here. No.
But anyway, yeah, he wanted to get out of NASCAR, wanted to get out of North Carolina, wanted to move back to Florida, and we just happened to have a spot for him.
Wow, so we're going to be talking some more horsepower from Ms. Geico in the future.
Yeah, well, listen, this game isn't all about just more horsepower. Everybody who's tried to throw a lot more horsepower thing has paid a dear price for it or has got to come up a huge learning curve. I think what we need to do is really, really learn how to race this boat efficiently. I mean, look at Billy Moff and Jay Muller. I mean, they know that boat, whether it's got 750s in it, whether it's got 1550s in it. They're racers. They go out. They do their job. They know their boat inside and out. And that's really where Scott and I need to be. We just need to be so comfortable with the boat, whether we're running bigger horsepower or we're being more efficient with the horsepower that we have, that we can be competitive. And I think we're comfortable with that.
Since we've been doing kind of a memory lane thing, let's go old school one more time and tell the fans about your dad's boat, because that's one of my favorites, the 41-foot Apache. Old school.
Oh yes, a 41 Apache, name still got it. There was 3 guys that ran it, the youngest being my dad at 67. The other 2 guys were 69 and 71, and actually in 2008 won a national points championship with it. My dad drove and throttled it. The other guys just hung on for dear life. So.
Lucy, I know you don't try to show favoritism, but I know you're a huge fan of this team. Any more questions for the boys?
Well, I just think these guys, I mean, first of all, how long have you been racing together? You're so in sync with each other on racing.
7 years now. I think this is coming on to 7 years now that we're together, yeah.
I'm getting a 7-year itch, by the way. He's getting annoyed.
Well, scratch your own itch. And on that note, this is Miss Geico. You know them whenever you see them. They are world famous, kind of like Coca-Cola. They're known all over the world. Watch for them tomorrow right here in Clearwater Beach.